Hello, I'm Juan Carmenante, and there's an important issue which we in South Miami have ignored for far too long, and that is how to deal with climate change and rising sea levels. Now, the image you're looking at right now is Miami-Dade County, how it looks like today. You can see Miami Beach, downtown Miami sitting at the mouth of the Miami River, and all the way down the bottom of the image, you can see South Miami. In the following image, we're going to see the same area and how it's going to look like in 100 years. Now, as you can see, Miami-Dade County will be nearly completely inundated due to rising sea waters. In fact, sea levels are expected to rise by nearly 10 feet over the coming century. This is being caused due to melting polar ice caps and expanding ocean waters due to higher temperatures. Now, as an architecture student at Florida International University, and as somebody who has deeply studied the impacts of climate change on local community here in Miami, I am deeply worried about what future Miami has, if any, due to climate change and rising sea waters. Now, as fellow residents of South Miami and other local communities that will be deeply impacted by climate change, we should all be worried about what future South Miami and Miami overall has, if any, due to climate change and rising sea waters. And if not for yourselves, then for your children. This leads me to the reason why we're all gathered here today, and that is choosing a building to build that fits the needs of our local community of today and tomorrow. Now, I'm going to be going through a set of images and graphs to help fully show you the impact of climate change on Miami. Here's Miami Beach and how it looks like today. Here's how Miami Beach is going to look like with a 6-foot rise in seawaters. As you can see, Miami Beach is completely gone, completely covered by water. Here is the Miami River, flanked on either side by Overtown and Little Havana. And here is that same area, how it's going to look like with a 6-foot rise in seawater. As you can see, the Miami River has overflowed its banks and has effectively cut Miami in half. According to studies conducted in the year 2015 by NOAA and the IPCC, sea levels were set to rise by as much as 81 inches over the coming centuries. Now, these same agencies redid this study in 2019. These were the results. Sea waters are now estimated to rise by as much as 136 inches over the coming 100 years. Now, rising sea levels is going to displace many people in low-lying areas of Miami and soon. There are parts of Miami that are only some 2 to 3 feet above sea level, and the highest points are only some 9 feet above sea level, those being mostly downtown Miami, 9 feet, and the low-lying areas mostly being Miami Beach, Homestead, and Florida City. In fact, Miami-Dade County has more people living 4 feet or less above sea level than any other state other than the state of Louisiana. So this is a really important issue for us. Another important issue in Miami is population increase. Population increases is requiring more and more housing and commercial space, and we're running out. Between the year 2010 and 2018, Miami-Dade County's population increased by as much as 260,000 people, bringing the overall population of Miami-Dade to 2.7 million. This makes Miami-Dade County the nation's 7th most populous county. Alright, so what can we do about all this? Well, this is where this project comes in. As you can see, this proposed building for South Miami is made in such a way to fit in not just with the current community and needs of our community, but with the future needs as well. It's going to be built in an elevated way so that rising sea levels are not impacted in too much or too soon. It's also going to be built next to the Metrorail system, or tied into the Metrorail system. This is so that local residents can get on the Metrorail system and travel all throughout Miami-Dade County in a clean and fast way. This is being done so as not to help create more pollution. Something else we must consider is how to construct our building in a way so that they themselves are environmentally friendly. One way is by having the building built with a green roof system on top. A green roof system is simply having plants or other green plants and pots on top of the building so that the plants absorb solar heat radiation. What this will mean is that the building itself will not be getting too hot during high temperatures. So the solar heat will be hitting and being absorbed by the plants instead of the building itself. Since the building is not going to be getting as hot, it means the building is going to need less energy and overall cost less pollution, as well as save money. Another thing is the building is going to be made out of low carbon emission concrete. This is all being done so that we don't help create or cause more pollution while constructing and maintaining this building. Now, costs for a building like this will not be cheap. These structures are created with more environmentally friendly construction materials and made in ways to withstand rising sea levels and climate change. These thus increase the cost. However, these short-term costs are offset by long-term savings. Now, a proposition like this one and others like it needs to start being constructed right now, today, before it is too late and too costly. If we start making buildings like this little by little over the coming century, it will help mitigate the long-term costs of construction and loss of habitat due to climate change and rising sea levels, as well as dealing with the housing needs and population increases of Miami. Now, I hope we've all come to understand why a building like this is a necessity for Miami and specifically South Miami. Thank you.